Hello, how are you? How are you doing? Welcome back to This and That with Dr. Enima. My name is Dr. Enima and I welcome you back to my channel. Let's talk about 5 principles for a very healthy marriage. There is no formula for marriage. Know this for peace. What works for person A or couple A will not work for couple B. I know couples that are very, very transparent with their finances. Each person know how much the other makes, and if there's any contract on the side, they know how much they're bringing in. Works perfectly for them. I know another couple that none of them knows how much anyone is making, and they have shared responsibilities. You do this, you do that, and I do this. Works very well for them. Couple A, they all bring their money together, put their resources together, and it works for them, and they use a couple B. That's what you do, that's what I do. We don't put any money together, and it works for them. So what will work for one person would not work for you. There is no formula for marriage. Sometimes you will see a couple like, I really want my marriage to be like that. I really want my marriage to be like. See, the best advice I got when I got married was, do not compare your marriage with anyone's marriage. I remember coming back, I went back home, got married, and came back to Canada. And I remember one auntie that I was very close to said, welcome back. And let me tell you something, do not ever compare your marriage to anyone's marriage. And I said, even you, auntie, because I like how you relate with uncle. And I said, no, not even me. I am not a role model. Because if I tell you what I go through, probably. So you and your husband build something solid, something just for you, something that you understand, and then run with it. Best advice ever. And so my husband and I came together. This is how we run our home, based on where both were coming from, based on our experiences, our worldviews, our perspectives, our background. This is what we've learned. This is what we believe that would work for us, and it's working for us. But it is a culture that changes. It's very dynamic. We get to a point and say, okay, now children are in, this wouldn't work again. What are we going to restructure? What are we going to do? My husband and I have gone through 3 financial structures to what we have now that works solidly for us. There are people that use the first structure that we had that works perfectly for them, and they've been using for years. There are people that use the second one that we had that worked perfect. It didn't work for us, so we had to come back to the okay, what do we do next? So we got to the third one, and we said, oh my goodness, this works. We'll probably go to a fourth one depending on how life happens and how things evolve. So always try to do things that will work for you. See, do not go and see people on social media. I like that. See, build whatever it is and love it. But although there is no one formula for marriage, there are 5 principles that will give you a very healthy marriage. First one, respect. I cannot say this enough. Respect. I thought respect was common sense, but apparently it is not. People in marriages need to respect each other. You need to respect each other. And it's not one way. It's not somebody has to respect and the other person doesn't have to respect. You all need to respect each other. It should be mutual. Respect is very, very important in a healthy marriage. I have been married for 9 years. Respect. I respect my partner. He respects me. I will not do anything that will hurt him out of the respect that I have for him, not out of fear. And he will not do anything to hurt me out of the respect that he has for me. The respect in the marriage should be mutual. Do not go disgracing your partner in public. And when people disgrace your partner, you need to stand up for them. When you disgrace your partner in public, your partner says something, you should keep quiet, what do you know? Or you disgrace them, you are opening them up for other people to talk down on them or disrespect them. Do not do that. Secondly, understanding. Understanding your partner. See, if you want to have a very healthy home, you need to understand your partner. You need to understand them in every sense of the word. You need to understand their love language. Do not assume that this is my partner's love language. There are five different types of love language. I am going to leave them here. Understand what is your partner's love language. People will just assume, oh, I think my partner likes gifts, and then they'll just keep buying gifts, keep buying gifts. Maybe what they want is physical touch, or what they want is your presence, being there with them. So understand what they want. Understand when they speak. Do active listening. When they speak, understand what they're saying. Understanding each other is very important. You will hear couple talk and you realize that there is no understanding going on between them. You need to understand each other. You need to understand what will make my partner happy, what makes Enimo happy, what makes you happy, what makes him happy, what makes her happy. Understand what makes your partner happy and do that for them. Communication. Talk, 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 and talk. And I believe that when you talk more, you'll be able to understand your partner, will be able to understand. Communicate. When you're making love, communicate. In the morning, communicate. When there's an issue, communicate. Do not run from issues. Communicate. When there's a slight issue and you run instead of talking, the issue is still there. It is very important that you are communicating with your partner. A lot of people have issues with their partners and they are not talking. They are rather talking to other people. They are talking to their besties. And then they will say one thing led to another. It is very important that you are talking to your partner. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Communicate about everything. When there's decisions to be made about the children, communicate about it. When there's decisions to be made about how many children you really want to have, communicate about it. When you see everything, talk through it. Or I have a business plan coming up. Or I have to travel. Tell them not the day of traveling. I have to travel. Sometimes we forget and we tell them on the day of, but that shouldn't be the issue. Communication builds trust, builds commitment. When you communicate a lot, it builds trust. I remember when my husband and I were dating, we spoke in the morning and I said, oh, I'm not going anywhere today, I'm going to be at home. I'm an indoor person, I'm not going anywhere, I'm just going to learn and watch movies. I wasn't able to go to the library that day. And then all of a sudden, I had to go to the bank. And so I quickly got up and went to the bank. Unknowingly, one of his friends saw me at the bank. And so he called me and he said, oh, so how far, what did you do today? I could have said, oh, I was just home because, well, that's what I told him. And so I said, oh, I said I was going to be home, but I had to go to the bank. And said, oh, okay. And then we talked normally and we ended the call. After that, about 2-3 days later, he said, do you know that a friend of mine met you at the bank? And so that question really was to ask you if you really went out and you were honest about your answer. So back to that, when you communicate honestly and fill in the gaps so that it builds that trust that we are talking about. Sometimes you read stories that people have and they put it on social media, they're asking for issue that my ex-girlfriend came back into my life and I met her and she's sending me text messages. What do I do? Their wives do not know. Their partners do not know. Why are you not telling the person that you're building a life with? This person has come back to life. Help me deal with this. Somebody else is trying to hit on me. Why are you not telling this person? Well, some people will say, I know my partner and that's why I'm not telling them. You're not supposed to. Anyway, I have a very popular opinion, but if you cannot communicate with the person that you're married to, then you're not supposed to be together because when there's only gossip or there's only good news, anything, the first person I want to tell is my husband because he's my best friend and he's my co-concert partner, so I want to talk to him. When we build that trust as well, continue to date each other. Continue to date each other. Do not forget about how when you met, what you used to do. Be conscious and intentional. Intentionality is very important in marriage. Building trust, being intentional. Let's go here, let's do that. Do things together with your partner. Last but not the least, prayers. Pray. Pray like your life depends on it because your life actually depends on it. Pray for your marriage. Pray for your partner. Pray, pray, pray. Arise unto prayer. Arise unto prayer. Pray so hard. See, there's this Bible quotation that my husband and I used when we were going to get married that we used to pray with. I'm going to read it for you actually. It says, Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 12. And though one can overpower him who is alone, two can resist him. The cord of three strands is not quickly broken. And so we knew right from the beginning that we wanted God to be in the marriage because we wanted a cord of three strands. We wanted the Holy Spirit, the Father, the three in one unit in the home so that we could journey with them. I remember that a friend of mine, and if she's watching, she will know, I got married before she did, and when she was going to get married, she called and said, Anymore, what advice would you give me? And I said, pray. I told her, all I can tell you is to pray. She said, oh, me, I don't believe in those things. No one can do anything to me. What can someone do to me? I said, okay. Years down the line, I'm not going to say what happened, but she came back and she said, now I pray like crazy. Pray for your marriage because when you respect your partner, you communicate, you trust, you continue to date each other, you build that trust. Some people outside may look at it and want to break it. Only prayer can resist it. Only prayer can stop it. If they come to you and they will not get you, they will go to your children. See, if your children become drug addicts or are struggling in any way, you will not even get time to focus on that money, to date your partner and do all these things that we've talked about because you'll be so focused on getting your children right. You never stop being a parent. And so pray like crazy. Pray for your husband. Pray with your husband. Pray for your children. Pray with your children. Pray like crazy. I am a Christian. And I will tell you for free. Sometimes my husband and I will hold our hands and pray and we will dream. Or somebody else will dream and tell us something that we were praying about. A cord of three strands is quickly not broken. And so you can do all those things. But prayer will tie it together. It's like when you have jollof and you have goat meat. And then you get coleslaw and cold juice. Those stones will tie everything together. Prayer will tie everything together. So pray like your life depends on it because it actually does depend on it. If you like this, please like, share, let people know that we are creating a queendom and a sisterhood here where we are sharing nuggets, sharing unpopular opinion, and breaking stereotype. Invite your friends to like, invite your friends to enjoy it. Please share, please comment. Let me know. I have a lot of friends that say, I like that your video. I don't want to start mentioning it. If you like that video, let me know in the comment section. And until next time, know that you are enough, know that you matter, know that nothing lasts forever, absolutely nothing lasts forever, and everything makes sense in the end. Take care until next time. Bye bye.